Hey, what's up? This is JDS 4696, and today I'm going to be giving a film review for Black Mass. And this film is like American crime drama based on like the true life story of Whitey Bulger, with James Whitey Bulger Jr. And in this film, he is played by Johnny Depp. Well, like Whitey Bulger, he was an infamous Irish crime American mobster. Now, this film it starts like in the mid 70s, like the year 1975, and it lasts for like a decade. It goes to 1985, then it kind of jumps into like the 90s to a certain extent, but not really too much. It kind of basically stays like in the 70s, and it goes into the 80s. Well, yeah, James Whitey Bulger, he's a small-time gangster and a leader of the Irish-American Winter Hill Gang. So he's already like a leader of a gang, like a crime gang, and they control like almost all organized crime within South Boston. So now, like, an opportunity comes along with like a FBI, like I think I'm not gonna say necessarily an informant. Yeah, the FBI agent known as John Connolly, he offers like a Whitey Bulger like an opportunity to take down like a rival like a crime gang, And at first, Bulger he refuses to do this, but then like this incident happens. I think like a couple of deaths or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So he agrees to become like an FBI informant for John Connolly. So basically, like he becomes like almost like I guess you could say like a snitch, and he kind of discusses, and what the other crime gangs are doing and stuff like that. So yeah, Bulger, played by Johnny Depp, he agrees to join John Connolly and decides to help like the FBI agency like try to take down the Italian mob. So within all this, these like conflicts, eventually Bulger, played by Depp, he increases his power in like the crime like scene, and he evades like capture and becomes one of the most dangerous criminals in U.S. history. Even at one point, being like a fugitive from the law or whatever, and it took years to actually track him down and find him. And it was actually like I think in 2011, if I'm not mistaken, and mentioned in the film, when he actually was finally like captured, and now he's like in prison or whatever. But yeah, that's basically what the film is about. Like the FBI, you have John Connolly, and he's played by Joel Edgerton. He persuades Johnny Depp, who is playing James Whitey Bulger Jr., to join like the FBI and help them take down the Italian gangsters, basically, to be like an informant, to let them know all like the Italians, like gangsters, like what they're doing and stuff like that. This is a very violent film, and in the tradition of like these gangster type films like this, because I know Johnny Depp himself, he's even done like films like kind of like similar to this, Now, like in the film, I thought Johnny Depp's performance as Whitey Bulger Jr., I thought his performance was like cool, It was kind of like, it wasn't like humorous. He was very serious, but you couldn't help but like laugh at certain times, But I thought like his look for the character was kind of cool too as well, Like Johnny Depp, he has like these like contacts in his eyes, so his eyes are like a bright bluish color, which I thought looked kind of cool, and interesting, and creepy too as well, They kind of fit like the persona of the role that he was playing, And then you have Benedict Cumberbatch in the role of his brother, who's like the senator, I think, of Boston, I think it is. Like his brother, yeah, his brother was known as Bill, and he was he was like a powerful leader in the Massachusetts like area. He was like the senator, if I'm not mistaken, whatever. But yeah, he's like the brother of Johnny Depp, and I thought they had good chemistry in the film. Like Benedict Cumberbatch's performance, I thought it was kind of cool, It was good, I enjoyed it, And I thought Joel Edgerton, he was good as John Connolly too as well. And like the scenes with him and Johnny Depp, like in Joel Edgerton, like their moments, like when they were like acting together, like the chemistry and stuff they had was pretty good, Now the film is very violent. You have like other like good performances in the film too as well, but I'm not gonna touch on those. But you also have like Kevin Bacon, who shows up in the film as well too. He has like a major performance in it, and he's like a part of the FBI, itself. He's kind of against what John Connolly, played by Joel Edgerton. You could tell he's kind of like they kind of have conflicts with each other. Basically, he doesn't agree with what's going on. They already believe that he's kind of teamed up with the gangster, James Whitey Bulger Jr., James Whitey Bulger Jr., played by Johnny Depp, they already convinced that he's kind of working with him anyway, you know. And it does turn out in the end that, you know, they do find out he reveals himself and all that. I'm not going to spoil the rest of it, you know. But yeah, this film is based on like true events, you know. It's based on like true story that really happened, you know, about one of the most dangerous like crime lords in like in America and stuff like that, you know, who also evaded capture for like many years, but they finally did catch him in the end, you know. Now the film, it has like the traditional like murders and kills, like you done me wrong, you know, they just shoot him in the head, or they just be like, hey, I'm finna let you go, you know, the guy turn around and boom, just blow his head off and stuff. It still has like those violent moments like that always kind of made me uncomfortable, like with these kind of like gangster type films, you know. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and this film is, I think it's directed by Scott Cooper. I think he gave like a good direction on it, you know. It has like a cool, like, you know, laid back soundtrack. Now at times it kind of like spirals all out. It jumps from here to jumps to there. So then I kind of was like, you know, losing like focus on what the film was about, you know. And it's like a lot of stuff that was going on, I still be like was kind of like filler, you know. They just added in like a bunch of like filler, you know, like to make it like last, you know, basically. Because it's kind of a long film, but it doesn't really seem like it was that long. And I thought it was entertaining and enjoyable throughout the whole film, you know. And plus there was also like tragic like situations in the film too, like with Johnny Depp, like his son and stuff, you know, and then like his mother too as well, you know. They kind of add on to it. I don't know how true those events were, but they kind of add on to it, you know, give it like kind of flavor, you know. But yeah, this is my review for Black Mass, and I would give this, I guess, a B minus. Like, I think I'm feeling like a B minus for this film right here. And Johnny Depp, like I mentioned before, he's done like a lot of films like this in the past. I know like Donnie Brasco was kind of like this, and I know Blow, I think was kind of like that too, you know. And I think he did like a couple of other ones too, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I would recommend, especially if you were interested in like James Whitey Bulger Jr., you know, I'm starting to kind of to develop an interest in him, you know. If you're kind of interested in him, you know, I think it's kind of a good film. Or if you're just like into like crime like films, you know, period, like American crime films, I would recommend it, you know. And Johnny Depp, again, he gives like a good, cool performance, you know. So yeah, I give this like a B minus, and this is JDS 4696, and this is my review for Black Mass.